Hey there guys, what's going on? Today we are taking a look at the patch notes in Modern Warfare for patch 1.13. This patch features a whole host of new features and it would want to. It was bloody 48 gigabytes on PC. We've done one of these videos in the past and it was actually quite enjoyable, so I thought I'd do my best to keep you guys informed with what is going on in the world of Call of Duty. I'll start out with this. This is a pretty cool looking patch. Like, there is some pretty cool stuff here, even if it did take me 3 hours to download it. But just quickly, everyone, I need a big thank you to everyone who's been clicking on my videos recently. All the comments, likes, and subs have been absolutely wild, and I cannot appreciate you guys enough. Like, you guys do really, really good work, and I appreciate it so, so much. So let's try and get this one to 4 or 5. Let's go 4 likes for this one, basically for you guys. Make sure you subscribe with those notifications turned on so you don't miss any more of my videos, and let's talk about patch 1.13. So starting with the What's New tab here, we've got a playlist update. Always love to see these. Added Capture the Flag and Shoot the Ship, which removes Shoot House 24/7. We've also added Anaya Palace back to the rotation. Right, so basically what you can get from this is they've added Capture the Flag for some various maps. Not 100% sure exactly what maps they'd be. That'll be interesting. Capture the Flag can of course work amazingly in some games like Halo and stuff like that. It's fantastic, just one of the best game modes. And in others, like, it can be pretty trash, like in Overwatch, it's never really that good just based on how the game's designed. So we'll see how this one plays out. Should be pretty cool. Shoot the Ship is also back, which sees Shoot House 24/7 leaving, which is always sad to see that go, man. Shoot House 24/7 is a playlist that I do enjoy a lot, but it can get a little bit frustrating sometimes just doing the same thing over and over again. So the replacement for this one is absolutely quality. So Shoot the Ship, if you don't know, has Shoot House and Shipment in it. It is very, very cool, very great playlist. But like, you can get so much experience on Shipment. It is absolutely wild. Especially if you've got a double XP token, double XP's going on, you just get so much experience there, man. Like, I love this playlist. The last time it was out, I was on holiday and I missed it, so it's always good to get to in this one and try it out. And like I said, Anaya Palace is back in rotation, whatever that means. Could be ground war, could just be regular game modes, not 100% sure yet. I'm not a massive fan of Anaya Palace. It's mostly just run to the middle palace, die, and then run back. We also have finally got 5 more custom class slots. This is probably the headline. Like, they should have put this at the top banner here where it says Call of Duty Modern Warfare, January 22nd patch notes. They just said 5 more class slots, man. Like, this is such a big deal. I love this change. It's so, so good. But it really shouldn't have taken 4 months to put this in. Like, Infinity Ward, you got to give them props for putting it in, but you can't give them props for taking so long. Like, this is something that should have been in the game from the start. Like, this is a pretty basic thing. But again, I'll take what I can get here. It is in the game now, so I'm happy with that. Now I've got even more room for your terrible, trash, awful class loadouts. Like, make sure you do leave a comment with your worst class setup for me to test it for my new series where I test your classes in different videos. This will let me actually keep the classes, like, this will keep my classes that are actually good, and then I can mess around with the other 5 slots. Like, there are so many more options here that you can work with. This is such a great addition. Like, I'll actually be able to have the classes that I usually like and want to pub stomp with. Sometimes you just feel like going into a game and absolutely wrecking shop. And you'll actually be able to do that when you have your classes that are set up in that way. It's just, it's good, man. This is a good change. And I don't have to watch my videos anymore. I don't have to remember the classes. I don't have to go back and be like, oh, what weapons or what attachments do I use for the M4? It just makes it easier, man. This should have been in the game from the start. So important to add this. The new weapon that has been added, which is the crossbow, which has been prophesized about since probably the game came out. Like, everyone was like, there's going to be a crossbow. Like, we've seen crossbow in the game files. There was a crossbow on one of the new maps that they added. We've seen the crossbow. When's it coming out? Well, it's here today. So this can be unlocked by using a marksman rifle with a reflex optic. You got to get 5 kills in 25 different matches. 125 kills all up with a weapon class that you might not have used so much. It's a cool challenge. Not too difficult. It shouldn't take that long. Like, it's only going to take maybe, like, 30 games-ish. We'll see. Like, 5 kills in 25 different matches isn't too absurd. I'm probably not going to get this done today, unfortunately, but we'll see how we go. I want to get one of the videos up, so I do want to try out the crossbow. It'll be interesting to see if it is explosive tipped or just like a regular crossbow, like your PUBG or regular crossbow that doesn't actually explode. It just shoots stuff and it's like a one-shot kill. Should be pretty interesting to see. I'm looking forward massively to the end of Season 1. New season rolls around. It means we are getting closer to getting new guns to make more videos on. I'm expecting that we'll probably see something like the UMP or like an ACR or an Intervention, Barrett 50 cal, stuff like that. Old school guns that have been in the game for ages. Like Model 1887, I think it is. It would be so stupid. Like, if they had that, that'd be hilarious. It'll be amazing amazing. Does anybody say amazing? Amazing. If they keep adding old school favorite weapons to the game, man. So in the general tab, we've got a lot of bug fixes here. I'll try and read out some of the more important ones. Some of these are pretty inconsequential. Like, some of these don't really make too much of a difference, but some of them are actually, like, relevant to me. So they've removed various exploits that let people outside of maps. There's a couple of points here about that. That's always a plus. You don't want people getting outside the map. Fair enough. Krovnik Farmland's actually been pushed out of the rotation for a little while so they can patch up some bugs. So this note here, temporarily moving Krovnik Farmland out of rotation while we work on a few bugs. That's sad, but I'm always happy to see them working on the maps that they've got in the game, even if that is one of my favourite Ground War maps. They've changed various bugs with daily challenges and calling card challenges not completing properly or displaying the right thing or rewarding the right thing. Not too big of a deal, like that's been fixed, always good. The playlist filter actually wouldn't switch game modes, so if you had it set up for a specific like list of game modes, it sometimes wouldn't switch between them properly. I saw a dude on Twitter, he got 6 infected games in a row. Like, hopefully this is completely fixed and we see a proper rotation of the game modes. This didn't affect me, well, not that I can remember anyway, but yeah, man, if you get stuck with that, if you got stuck with that bug before, like that sucks, that's so bad. There's also been a fix to the way some field upgrades have been working. Like, there's been some bugs with the field upgrades that I sort of noticed. This has been affecting me, like, specifically. I'd actually been experiencing this bug. So, they fixed a bug where using the stopping power rounds field upgrade with an empty C4 slot would cause the C4 detonator to appear before reloading with the stopping power rounds. This has actually got me killed, like, more than once. I can actually remember the specific times that it's got me killed. Like, you try and pull around a corner, you run around, put the stopping power and you run around a corner and then you die because you can't shoot it because the C4 thing's pulled out and you're like, the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Like, how am I supposed to work with that, man? It's actually super irritating. Like, this would get you killed, like, more than once a game sometimes. Like, I'm happy to see this fixed. This is a very, very good thing. Like, normally normal bug fixes don't actually interest me at all, but when they fix something that influences me, like that I've been experiencing, it's great. So shout out to all the guys and gals doing the bug fixing, man. Like, if someone somewhere is having a very specific issue, they got to fix it no matter how small it is. Like, you can't access one specific menu or click on this option in the game. You need to be able to fix that. So it's always good to see that they're fixing little things in the game. So very, very good there. The trophy system also got a buff here. It increased protection radius, so it makes it a little bit larger with how it can protect. Like, that thing can even shoot down like the Predator missile thing. That's so good, man. I don't use them, but they do annoy me, so we'll probably end up seeing more of them around. Like, decrease the radius and damage taken by trophy explosions. That's always good. Like, that's going to be a pretty big buff to it. Fixed a bug where the explosive damage and effects wouldn't trigger for the third explosion. So they just want to make it more consistent, want to make it actually like more usable. I don't see too many of these buzzing around, but when they do, they're always very annoying to deal with. So this should make it a little bit more powerful and a little bit more consistent, hopefully. But even little changes like this can tweak the meta. Like, you want things to always be changing in your game. Like, you don't always want the same stale old stuff that everyone wants to use. So it's good to see them like changing little things in the game to try and get people to use things that are different. Moving on to weapon balancing here, we've got not too much here, which is a little bit disappointing. It really does make me wonder if they actually do play their own game or not. Like, some of the weapons in this game are actually still so strong, like way too strong. Like, namely the M4 and maybe the MP5, MP7, stuff like that. They're probably due for a bit more tuning than just drag them back in line, man, with the other guns in the game. Like, when you compare the Kilo and the M4, like, the M4 is so far ahead, it is unbelievable. Like, you can't compare the two guns. The M4 is so much better than any gun in this game. So it's a bit disappointing not to see some more like M4 nerfs, or just trying to bring all the guns closer together. Maybe a couple of more gun buffs here and there to make sort of everything be in line. You know, I mean, you don't want every gun to be the same, but you don't want one gun to be so far ahead that it's like literally the only gun that anyone should use because it's literally the best. So also they have changed the view model, so the M4A1 Blueprint OG ADS position moved forward. The view model or gun's position relative to the camera or player's eyes move forward more, so it blocks less of the line of sight. That's actually kind of cool. I don't mind that at all. Like, always changing like little things in the game to make it more user-friendly, make it more interesting to see with some of the things that they reward you. It's always good to see stuff like this. Like, I actually am cooking up a pretty spicy class setup with that blueprint, so do keep an eye out for another class setup video. It'll be probably next week sometime if I get the chance. The extended magazine capacity on the Ram 7 has been changed from 45 to 50. It's kind of a small change, but it's fairly significant. That's like one to two kills maybe if you're pushing it. Like, that's a decent change. Like, you're always good to see that. So the Ram 7 is one of my favorite guns in the game, so I always love to see when my favorite guns get buffs, and when my favorite guns get nerfed, it makes me sad, but that's alright. You gotta have change in this game, you gotta keep it fresh. Bullet penetration has been increased on the Mark II carbine, MK2 carbine. It's a cool little change, nothing super interesting here. This will probably result in slightly more kills than usual with it, especially through other like walls and other surfaces. Like, it's not going to be too significant of a change, but it's always nice to see them like changing little things like that. And what I think is actually probably a bigger change than people realize, less horizontal recoil on the initial bullets of the FN Scar 17. This is actually probably going to be a significant improvement. Like, if it is a significant improvement, we've got a new gun here. Like, this is a big deal. I've always had problems with the Scar having slightly too much recoil for me. Like, it's just not really my cup of tea. I've not used it an awful lot, but when I have used it, I haven't really liked it. So, the horizontal recoil being lessened on the initial bullet should make that a big improvement. Like, this could be a change level of like the original auger buff that we saw when they changed like a little bit of damage bonuses to the 545 rounds. Like, that could be this level of change. So hopefully, I want to see a new gun that's proper good in this game. So we'll see. And lastly, a small change to the visual stats, like the green little bars that they're talking about. They've been changed for displaying like the stock attachments. It doesn't give more buffs. It only just shows the graph as having more bonuses with the different stocks attached. Other than that, they've added the usual performance improvements, usual stuff, tweaking of battle passes to enable support higher aspect ratios. So if you have a bigger aspect ratio, it's better visually. Some changes to the CODcaster stuff, COD League stuff, nothing too important here. None of that's going to affect me or any of you guys, probably. But yeah, anyway, guys, this wraps up our patch note reading here. There's some good stuff here, good new content. It will be interesting to see how good the crossbow is and how much the Scar has been buffed by. There's plenty of videos coming from me, certainly. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, make sure you do leave a like and do subscribe if you are new around here. It would very much help me out, and I'd massively appreciate it. Like, it's pretty unbelievable that my sub count's still going up pretty much every day. It's always good to see you guys, new guys popping up around here. It's always fantastic. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!